Hello, I'm Zach Dodd, and this is Collins Property Group with Around Town Gainesville. And today I'm with Mildred Folkley with the Gainesville-Atlanta Botanical Gardens. How are you doing today?
I'm great. It's a beautiful day.
Oh, it's so beautiful. First time being here. I wish my garden looked this good. I really do. I mean, it's so green outside. I'm so amazed by it. Yeah.
You can come and enjoy our garden.
I would love to. Might pick up some
Anytime.
tips. So give us a little background on the gardens. How long has it been active? When did you guys open?
Sure. So the property was the home place property of the Smith Golf family from Gainesville. They donated the property to the Atlanta Botanical Garden in 2001. We built a greenhouse, started growing plants that we knew we would use in the garden, did some fundraising, and opened the first phase of the garden in 2015, so it was 9 years ago. So the main part of the garden is about 7 or 8 acres of a garden, and then in 2020 we opened a new children's garden, and so altogether we have about 12 to 14 acres of gardens. And then we have hiking trails that loop through the woods, about 1.5 miles of hiking trails as well.
Excellent. So in a few words, tell me the mission of the Botanical Gardens and what sets it apart from the actual Atlanta location as well.
Sure, that's a great question. So the mission of the Atlanta Botanical Garden, both locations, is to develop and maintain plant collections. So if you think of a botanical garden like an art museum, and plants are our art pieces that we collect. So we develop plant collections for people to come and learn and enjoy, be in a beautiful setting, get ideas for their own home garden, or just come and have a great time in a beautiful setting. So we have some nationally recognized collections. Our maples and our magnolia collections are part of national collections. And then I'm sorry, I forgot your second question.
No, I was wondering, so what's the difference? I've been to the one in Atlanta before.
Okay, so.
Quite all right, quite all right. Huge there.
Yeah. So the difference in Gainesville and Atlanta is we're a smaller garden,
Right.
a little bit more intimate setting.
Yes.
We do exhibits just like Atlanta, but smaller exhibits that fit into our spaces. And then part of our property, our greenhouses, and we have 2 evaluation nurseries we use for some of our behind the scenes work.
Okay.
So we do a lot of, we have an excellent plant conservation program. We work around the Southeast. So we have a nursery to grow those plants that are used in various projects around the Southeast. And then we have an international plant exploration program, and we work in Vietnam and India with forestry institutes and botanical institutes, work on conservation in that country. We also bring back plants to this country to use and evaluate and use in our gardens. So we have an evaluation nursery as well. So some of that is really critical mission work, but it's behind the scenes work as well.
I had no idea. That's phenomenal. So give me some notable plants, collections or species that you wouldn't find anywhere else.
Sure.
Here.
So our magnolias are one of our main collections, and we have over 180 different varieties of magnolias.
Wow.
So they bloom in the spring, anywhere from late March through early May. Whites and pinks and yellows, and our horticulture manager is actually hybridizing magnolias, so looking for cold resistance, evergreens that have pink flowers instead of white flowers, so some fun new plants coming down the pike. Our hydrangeas are another one of our big collections.
Oh, beautiful. I love
and
those.
They're in full bloom right now, just spectacular. Summer months are just filled with blues and whites, and we have over 200 varieties of hydrangeas.
Yeah.
In the winter, we have witch hazels that are in winter blooming plants from October through March, and we have over 80 varieties of witch hazels. So there's always something in bloom at the garden.
Absolutely. A little bit for everybody, I'd say.
That's right.
So what inspired you to become involved with the gardens in general?
That's a great question. So I actually was the first intern at the Atlanta Botanical Garden in Atlanta when there was nothing there but a double-wide trailer. So
Wow.
I loved my internship. I was at Agnes Scott College and got a biology degree.
Yes.
That my internship inspired me to go to graduate school in horticulture. So I went to University of Georgia. Then I went to England for a year and then came back to a job at the Atlanta Botanical Garden, and I've been here since 1986. So I was in Atlanta for a long time, and then when this opportunity came up to start a botanical garden in a new city, which not many people get the chance to do, I got the chance to be in on the ground floor and develop this garden.
What's the most rewarding thing in all the time you've been here? Is it the new generation finding out how beautiful nature is. What would you say the most rewarding thing is for you?
I think that really is it. You know, last week some local Gainesvillian stopped me in the grocery store and showed me pictures of his 18-month-old grandson having
Oh,
a
wow.
great time in the children's garden, and said
Right.
he and his wife had been bringing him here since he was 2 months old, and he loves plants now, and he's gentle with plants. He goes up and pets them, and just, you know, he
Yeah.
was having a great time in the children's garden. But it's bringing that next generation
Yeah.
along, which is really rewarding, and people that just mention what a great asset it is to Gainesville and Northeast Georgia.
Speaking of Gainesvillians, what are some opportunities or any volunteering opportunities that the community can get involved with?
Sure, yeah. So we have various volunteer opportunities, from working in the garden, working in the greenhouse. We have nature ambassadors that work in the children's garden and talk to the kids when they're up there. You can volunteer and work at summer camp. You can volunteer to be a greeter inside. And then you can also volunteer at our special events. If we have a concert, you can come and help during a concert.
Okay.
We also have volunteers that help with discovery carts and other educational opportunities.
Sure.
So there are all kinds of volunteer opportunities.
So any camps coming up that you're aware of?
We have a summer camp. This
Okay.
year it's just 1 week. We're starting small. It's new.
Okay.
So we've got 1 week of summer camp, and then hopefully next year we'll add another 2 or 3 weeks to it.
Okay.
So.
Excellent. So how can people go about scheduling a tour of the gardens? Do you offer guided tours, or is it kind of a self?
We do both. You can have
Okay.
come and have a self-guided tour, and you can register for that online on our website, atlantabg.org, and then
Okay.
go to the Gainesville section. We also have guided tours. We have a thing called Sip and Stroll. You can come and have a glass of wine or a soft drink and a little light
Sign me up.
refreshment,
Okay.
and then stroll the garden. So
Okay. You had me at wine. Okay.
there you go. So yes, you can have a guided tour.
Okay. And so just one last thing. What are the hours so people know when to come?
Sure. We're open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 until 6. Last admission is at 5.
At 5.
Yes.
Mildred, thank you so very much for today. I can't wait to get on the trail and check out all the plants. But thanks again. We really appreciate it.
Well, we're delighted you're here and hope to see you again.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.